One of the best ways to prevent cognitive decline is to gain cognition through reading. Reading establishes focus, which strengthens neural pathways and improves cerebral function. And this cognition, this clarity, has many benefits, because with that clarity and that cognition, dementia residents and dementia facilities who have the opportunity to be able to read actually build confidence. They build confidence because of the clarity in their thinking. And with that confidence comes the clarity and courage then to be able to speak and communicate. And from the basis of communication, they can then communicate and speak with their friends, with their family, with other dementia residents, and indeed make friends at the unit, which makes for a much better quality of life. Of course, there's all range of cognition in a dementia unit, a vast range, but it can all be catered to. There's always something that everyone will be interested in reading. You can always find that one thing that will appeal. And even if the person can't read it themselves, they can be read to, and still that will garner their focus and concentration to be able to get all the benefits that I've just outlined. So just to give you a couple of examples here at the dementia unit where I worked, there was one woman, and she was a very bright lady, very astute, very chatty, and she'd walk around and she'd come up to the television and read all the subtitles on the David Attenborough program and The Crown, so she could read well. She didn't read on her own quietly and independently, but she read out loud when the subtitles were there on the television. And so I realised from that, well, she's actually a good reader. So I got out the pile of David Attenborough, well, not David Attenborough books, but National Geographic books that we had at the unit in a cupboard there, and thought, I think she'll be able to read those, and I think she'll like that. And I didn't actually know if she liked African animals, except that she read all the subtitles on the David Attenborough Netflix program, so I presumed she liked the animals. So I brought out these National Geographics. Wonderful, wonderful. That lady was so happy to see these zebras and elephants and rhinoceroses, and she'd read it all out. She'd read the captions. She had good eyesight, no glasses, read all the captions, and then she had a whole, little audience in the end. Everyone else would sit around the table and listen to her while she read out the captions on the elephant or the giraffe, and then she'd show them the pictures, and then she'd continue reading out loud, just like a school teacher to the children. And that was such a wonderful exercise, that the pictures, the engagement, the novelty and wonder of Africa, the reading, the cognition, the focus, the engagement with the other residents listening, and the pleasure. There's so many benefits. And I'm sure that David Attenborough helped, because with David Attenborough's programs on Africa, especially, there seem to be so many marvellous animals in Africa, then the dementia residents really absorb that, and they really like it, and they attempt to read the Netflix subtitles. So because of that, they can enjoy the National Geographics. And so I found at the unit, National Geographic was one of the favourite magazines that people enjoyed reading. It's educational. It brings the outside in again, just like David Attenborough. And it's a wonderful way to learn and get information and, become focused and concentrated and getting all those cognitive wheels moving. And it's not really until they get that confidence with their thinking, having been subjected to so much dementia stress for so long, it's not until they can redirect the pathway of their thinking through the focus and concentration, which the reading helps with, that then they get the confidence to be able to communicate with each other, then of course make friends, and another world opens up to them. But reading really is a big part of this. There was another lady, she was elderly, about 93, lovely family, always came to the newspaper reading, listened, understood, but couldn't read because she had no glasses. But her family, thankfully, and at 93, got her prescription glasses, really good pair of prescription glasses. She put them on. I was there at the time. It was at the newspaper reading, actually, that the daughter gave her the glasses. Put the glasses on. She looked at the paper, and I've never seen her smile so beautifully. I can read, I can read. Oh, she was so happy. She got the newspaper, she read the titles, and then she'd turn it around just like I used to at the newspaper press reading. She turned it around and said, this is what it's saying in the newspaper today, to everyone in the group, and she'd read it out. She was so thrilled. That was a wonderful thing that family did, was getting her the glasses at 93, and that she could actually maintain that ability. That's what I found incredible. Like, I'd known her for 3 years. In that time, she hadn't read. She was only listening to the newspaper reading and to other conversations. She couldn't read because she couldn't see without the glasses. But once she could see, she was able to read. After all that time of not reading, that ability was still there. So it really differs so much. The ability, the focus, the interest, the concentration, much depending on the education, the history, the health, the background, the willpower. You know, the ability to focus, concentrate and study. If a person has been a big reader, of course it's going to be much easier to get them to read if they've always enjoyed reading. But still, there's always something for everyone. If mum's been if she's been a fabulous cook in her day, for example, as many of these women have of this generation, they all used to have the tins full with various creations. Fabulous books on cooking, with lovely pictures and things to read. And in that way, if you bring the lovely cookbooks in of recipes that they have made and know well, and that you have eaten as a child, and so can talk to your mother about that, then you can read the recipes or read the article with the beautiful pictures and discuss whatever it is, you know, cream sponge or Christmas cake. There's always a lot to talk about with Christmas cake. So many types of Christmas cake. Everyone enjoys a lovely Christmas cake with tons of sultanas and nuts and things. And, you know, you can look at the picture and discuss that, and then all the Christmas decorations and the Christmas tree, which hopefully is all going on in the book and often is these days with cookbooks. It's a wonderful thing. You could have that lovely Christmas cookbook for 2 or 3, maybe even a month worth of visits to the unit. You can discuss the wonderful things in that book. So it just creates interest, it's pleasurable, it's enjoyable, it gets the cognition going, and it's something constructive to be able to get the person with dementia away from their dementia thinking into focused concentration thinking, where they can get that chance of garnering some positive thoughts and some, you know, pleasant, creative, constructive thoughts in their intellect, which is what this work is all about. So I've written up on these topics in the 2 books, The Resident's Voice and The Resident's Rise, both from a dementia unit, on Amazon, and my website description below. So thank you so much for your interest, and please subscribe. Thank you.